So the question is it time to start lining up again at Buffalo Trace? Pretty much all bourbon enthusiasts that go down the path or live anywhere near Kentucky or even go to Kentucky have a rite of passage of lining up at Buffalo Trace in the morning to get one of 3-4 different things. So they have get Buffalo Trace pretty much every day, all day, and normally as many as you want, up to like 12 bottles I think you can get, and then they rotate Weller Special Reserve, Eagle Rare, 10-year, Blanton's, and E.H. Taylor small batch. And the line in the morning can be pretty big. On a holiday, you can be talking hundreds and hundreds of people. More people line up there than anything. People love their Blanton's. That E.H. Taylor small batch is not really to be joked at. So yeah, hey, and we've all been there. But as we progress, we find that there are other ways to get these things that are a little bit easier, and it all depends on where you live, of course, and your palate changes into not really liking them as much. So anyway, I'm a big fan of Blanton's and Eagle Rare, so E.H. Taylor small batch, but they may have brought back something that is pretty unusual. So now, twice now in the last month, they have brought back their single oak project. Now, their single oak project was an experiment they did where they took 96 individual trees that they selected for different ages and growth rings per inch, growing locations like middle of the mountain, top of the mountain, whatever. Then they cut each of those trees into the top part and the bottom part of the tree. So out of that, they got 192 different oaks, basically, those combinations. Then they charred them differently, and then they put slightly different mash bills in them. So then they had 192 different barrels that they aged, and then they released to the market through the gift shop only, and had a competition. So when you got a bottle, you were able to say which one you liked or how much you liked each one, and then they declared a winner. So they declared a winner, and it was barrel 80. So 4 years, 16 releases, 192 different bourbons, and 5,086 whiskey reviews. The winner was barrel 80. So there was one, and they said that they were going to use that information to bring out a future release. Since then, nothing much has happened from it. But all of a sudden, here we are, summer 2024. Out of the blue, they released another single oak project, and not just one, like a number of different barrels, certain amount of bottles. And then today, what are we, July the 9th, 2024, they did it again. So whether they've just found some more, but this stuff's pretty good. So maybe it's worth lining up again and fighting the horde. And I actually have one here to try. This one is Single Oak Project number 18. So we're going to give that a go, and we're going to see if it's worth lining up again at Buffalo Trace with the horde. So, barrel number 18, the specs on it, it is a rye. It is an entry proof of 105, 6 months of stave seasoning, which means they leave the wood for the barrel outside in the air for 6 months, which seems to be on the younger side. A lot of the rest of them were 12. The entry proof is quite a bit lower than the rest of them. The grain size was tight. It was stored in Rick House K, had a number 3 char from the top half of the tree, and had 16 rings per inch. Now, looking through it, there were rye, wheat, and wheat. So basically, rye and wheat, thinking it's probably all bourbons, and they're just the flavoring grains rather than it being an actual rye and wheat whiskey. Yeah, that's the case. So relatively low proof on this guy. They went between 105 and 125 by the look of it. So I like the low entry proof. The little bit low on the seasoning. They went from 6 to 12. Pretty much all. Oh, they were tight and they were average on the grain size, and different warehouses. And the char level was between pretty much 3 and 4 by the look of it, and then top and bottom. And then the rings per inch, they seem to range from like 19 to, well, 21 to 15. Sorry about the dinghy. So yeah, let's give this a go and see what we think of it. Okay, so this deliciousness comes courtesy of the Daryl, because the Daryl is awesome. The Daryl is in places he needs to be. I was almost there today, but I was heading north and didn't expect it to happen, so managed to pick up an old Fitz from Heaven Hill and a Michter's from Michter's, so not a bad day, and the old Riff from, the new Riff from the old Riff, the new Riff from New Riff, 8-year bourbon, 8-year rye, and the Angel's Envy. I won that in a Raz. So anyway, it's not a slow-mo. So this was one I didn't think I'd ever probably try. Like, there's so many different ones. Good color on it. Ooh. That has almost a dusty type note to it. Wow, that actually smells really good. Really good. A lot of rye in it, a lot of rye spices. Not a whole bunch of sweetness, which you can sort of smell. It's not really a dusty note, but it's sort of the start of a dusty note. You can sort of see this is something that if you sat in the barrel for a long time, man, you'd get that. So that on the nose is great. I'm trying to pick out a specific note, and it's tough. Not a whole bunch of ethanol. I wish I could turn off the dinging, but I don't even know how, right? It's pissing me off. I'm in a hotel right now, on location, having to do work. So yeah, really fruity, some really bright fruits, bright rye smells. Let's see what it tastes like.
Loud noises!
Slight technical difficulty there, but once again, really bright fruits, like maybe like a strawberry or something in there. But just this smells really good and it tastes fantastic. And it drinks low proof. I don't know what the proof is. It said the entry proof was 105, so it might not have. Probably came out relatively barrel proofy. I don't think it says what the actual exit proof is or bottling proof, but I will look that up and I will put it here if I know. But anyway, it drinks like a 90 proof, to tell you the truth, but it's got some serious flavor. Like, I don't know if that was watered down much, and that's what I like. I like low entry proofs because what I want to drink, whether it's water or alcohol, something that's been in the barrel for the entire time, whether it's 4 years, 6 years, 8 years, 10 years. I don't want to drink water that came out of the tap yesterday, So that's where, if you use the higher entry proof, which is normally the 125, is what Buffalo Trace normally does, then they basically water it down to get to the proof they want to. Now in the barrel, the proof can either go up or down. It sort of depends on the location and the temperature of where it's stored, but if it starts out lower, it's less likely to need water to get it down to the proof. Now the problem is if it falls below where you want it, there's no way of bringing it up. So that's why they do it, and water's cheaper. So yeah, I don't see anywhere where it says the proof on this thing. So anyway, single oak project, man. I don't know. It's going to get all the taters tated up to hang out at Buffalo Trace a lot. Like, there's already a lot of people, and hey, I've been one of them. I've been one of them a lot of times, and it's a great place. Like, It's, you know, you're going to get a bottle. It's not going to be a great bottle, in my opinions, but it's going to be an okay bottle. And it could be something that you just can't get and where you live. But it would be scary if they started throwing in stuff like this, because this is semi-unicorn. Really, it is a unicorn, right? If they start throwing in things like this, people are going to go crazy. But yeah, that is fantastic. That is really good. The finish is a little bit short, but I think that's just because the proof is a little bit low. But it drinks really nice, like way nicer than it should. You know, way better than any Buffalo Trace I've ever had. Way better than way better than E.H. Taylor single barrel. I'd say that. So I don't know, man. It's really good. It's different, and that's the thing. It's something different. You can definitely. It's got that Buffalo Trace smell to it. The bright fruits and stuff. Really fruit forward, but it's just a little bit different, which everyone's looking for, right? So anyway, single oak project number 18. Fantastic. Is it worth lining up at Buffalo Trace again for everyone? Maybe. Like, let's see if they do it one more time. I think it's you know, it's going to be back on the list of places I go to just to give it a go. So anyway, I'll keep everyone informed if I hear it's dropped again, and you know, try and work out what the times are. I don't know if it's first thing in the morning or if it happens a little bit later. I know the first one wasn't first thing in the morning, so let me find out when this one dropped and see if there's some sort of rhyme or reason to it. So anyway, that's this. I'll edit this together, put some footage of my Buffalo Trace tours, because I got a shit ton of them. And yeah, if you're ever in the Kentucky area, oh shit, that smells so good. Go check out Buffalo Trace. Go check them all out. Go to Heaven Hill. That's a really, that's been the good one, because you could have got really good bottles there, right? Like, I was trying to hunt the Old Fitz 13, the very special, very, very special. Only drop it at the distillery, but got the spring Old Fitz 10 for $130. Anyway, that's it, and thanks. See you later.